I have returned in such a blessed way. We back, and what a what a long day slash week slash year it's been. You know, like at least I thought to myself this morning or this evening rather. It's like, Jesus, it's 9:37 at night, and I'm coming at you with another video. So, without further ado. What is up, y'all? It's your boy Easy Reg back in the mix. Back in here, giving you another super chill. Nope, not gonna call it that. It's an SCS now. Super chill Saturday slash Sunday, because I'm unreliable. Today has been a day. This week has been a week. But right now, I'm feeling kind of zen, right? My cat's, resting in a new box that we got him today. My girlfriend got a new hair straightener, and she's really excited about it. Things are good. Like, things are meh, I think is a better way to put it. So I don't really have a plan for today. So I was thinking to myself, like, what do I want to play today? Like, which one of these, like, 14 maps do I really want to game out to today? And I was like, I have no preference, honestly. And then, I couldn't, like, get myself to choose it just because, like, I don't know about you all, but your boy has not been able to play any video games for quite some time. And to be honest, it kind of sucks. So I haven't played zombies in a little bit, and it's like, man, I really want to just get back into the swing of things. So I think we're going to go a little easy and start with Nacht. And just relax. Get all zen and shit. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. The huge, if you will. The huge. Oh, my cup's too far. Oh, I got some water. Take a quick little sip from my cup of water. And, just kind of, look, I'm here to kind of kick back. We are here to relax. This week has, for me, been hellishly meh. It's been a lot of stress shit. You know what I mean? Like, nothing bad has happened this week. I just... For me, I've learned that I hold on to a lot of stress. And I kind of sometimes fabricate a lot of stories in my head. So, like, for example, I had a really bad experience with my previous job, where I really felt like I was to blame for a lot of stuff that went, quote-unquote, wrong in that job. Whereas in reality, none of it was really my fault, quote unquote. Or, well, I guess it was. But I was not I held it. I guess I held it to myself. I like held it so tightly to myself that I was like, this is my fault. This is my doing. Like, I've screwed up. I'm the problem. Yada yada yada. But in reality, like, I had to come to the very hard realization that sometimes jobs just aren't a good fit for you, right? Which is never a good feels. It always feels bad. Like, it reals feels bad. I'm gonna shoot this one. 6. Ta-da. There's one more? Oh, shoot. Oh, I found you. Hello, friend. I think I got headshot. Nope. What about now? There we are. Oh, there's another one. But, and I had to come to a very hard, very staunch realization that, like, that messed me up to, like, continuously hear that, like, no matter if I thought I was doing a pretty decent or pretty good job at my job, my boss just did not think my work was acceptable. My work was never quality. So it hurt, and so, like, I realized that, now at this new job where, I'm pretty much just working temp, I've really internalized that, right? So, there used to be a time, and arguably there still is, where I'd be afraid to even like go into daily meetings with my, with this boss at this temp position, because I'm like, oh shoot, he's gonna tell me, I messed up these folders, and like I'm not really living up to his standard, and it's unacceptable, yada yada yada. And so I got paranoid, and so like I got really scared about that, and like I don't really like to throw this word trauma around, right? Because like I think when we really think about like, oh hello, oh fuck, okay, I'm good, don't worry about it, dude, don't even worry about it, we're fine, gamers, we're fine, we are fine. Heyo, you got real, oh, we're really fine up in this piece, let me tell you. Yo zombies, I'd like to introduce you to someone. It's fine. But like I didn't realize how much of an effect that really had on me. Just because I was like, how would I know? I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. It's fine, like, shit. I need to find something to mooch points off of. But I never really realized that, like, arguably that's kind of trauma. You know what I mean? Because, like, I never really think of it that way. Or I never really tried to think of it that way. Like, I've always kind of reserved trauma for, oh, that's for people who, who have, like, lived, like, very traumatic events. Like, who have, experienced war. Who have experienced, like, very, like, death very directly. Not for somebody who, was told that they weren't enough at their job, you know what I mean? But like in reality, like, but now I'm kind of unlearning that and just realizing that, like, man, I really messed up because somebody was like, you're not doing a good enough job. Like, it was like, I internalized it and it sucked, it really did. Like, it sucked, because then I was like, I don't want to feel this way ever. I don't want anyone to feel this way. But then, like, I'm a person who just kind of felt that way, and like I really internalized it, and it turned out to be like almost this form of trauma and like this form of mistrust, because now I'm just kind of like, oh well, I can't really be trusted with any tasks because my boss is going to be mad at me about this because I'm an incompetent worker. Whereas in reality, I'm not. Like, I'm a good worker. I'm a damn good worker. I'm a hard worker. Sometimes I'll have my lazy days. Like today, let me tell you, my focus all over the damn place. But like, I'm still a good worker, Like, I put my heart and soul into the work that I do. And I would never think of myself as a bad worker, Like, I don't know. Maybe I have too much pride and like too much faith in myself that like I don't really think I'm a bad worker. Okay, well, so y'all like how I missed 2 separate shotgun shells on a zombie that wasn't even really moving a lot? Yeah, I liked it too. Anyway, I learned about a new form of trauma, which is never fun. I'll take the CUDA. Yeah, let's take the CUDA. So I can at least rack up some points. So I felt, I really felt like that pressure of it all and being like, oh shoot, I'm not messed up, but like, man, I'm messed up, So it was hard. It was, and so why am I telling this super long story and like ragging on my old boss? I'm not really even ragging on my old boss. Like, it's more of just like I learned some shit, and I didn't really realize that it was so problematic until I actually had a time to like sit down and be like, wait, no, wait, that had an actual like strong effect on me. And so yeah, it was, and still I'm just kind of like, that was strange. So, but anyway, I guess I tell that story out loud just to kind of remind you all that, like, trauma kind of takes all shapes, form, and sizes. Like, you know, trauma is not only reserved for, you know, assault, sexual assault, war victims, or, you know, soldiers or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like trauma does not exist only for like those extremes. You know, even we normal people, I guess, can experience a lot of trauma. It can really fuck us up. So something to keep in mind. And you know, it sucks. Like, you know, and then that's not to diminish and say that like, oh, those people's trauma isn't real. Like, no. Like, I truly, you know, I think trauma in the same way is kind of like depression. It takes a lot of shapes and sizes, and we all react to it very differently. So I think that's always just kind of important to keep in mind, that our struggles take all types of different shapes and sizes, and all of them suck, right? So, but yeah, I mean, let me tell y'all, like, it's been a crazy week. Like, it's been crazy. You know, I've been kind of stressed out at work. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Let me see if I get a better gun. Okay. Hey! Actually made me jump, so I don't know if it made any of you all jump. I like actually jumped. But hey, it's okay. We're okay. We're alive. We're awake. We're alert. We're enthusiastic. So, but yeah. So I don't know if anybody's week has gone well, but hey, if your week has gone well, congratulations to you. Share that shit. Share the serotonin. Help us out, gamer. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's, you know, yeah. So, alright, so there's been a lot of things on my mind, and like, you know, because I've started to get back on Facebook, right? On my own personal Facebook, and been like, okay, I'm actually a little more active on this now. Because for a while, I just wasn't active on it, just because, like, fuck you. I don't know. I don't get on, like, I used to have a huge problem with Facebook just because, I don't know, it got really confrontational, and I was just like, I'm not really here to have my Facebook be, like, very confrontational, and so I was like, alright, I'm done, you know? So I just kind of hopped off of Facebook for a while, but now I'm kind of, like, finding my way back on it. Which, honestly, feels pretty good. Like, it's nice to kind of like it's nice to kind of like retake your own social media, you know what I mean, after being off of it for so long, because you're like sick of like what other people say, you know? So it was nice to be like, cool, I feel a lot better about this, you know what I mean? So okay, let's see what perk we get. But, oh, awesome. But the thing that kind of comes with that, and I guess on the flip side, is that, you know, you get to see a lot of, like, social media horse shit. Like, who was it? It was some, like, Mandalorian star or something, had pretty much been, like, extremely, like, transphobic and xenophobic on their social media accounts, had been a pretty avid COVID-19 denier, and like, you know, not for the most part anti-masker, yada yada yada, and had been talking a lot of like like pretty much saying a lot of like negative shit, in the sense that Disney finally decided to pull the plug on her and be like, all right, we're done. Like, sorry, they're not pulling the plug on her. Like, she's not dead. You know what I mean? Like, she's not dead or anything. It's just more of like, all right, we've heard enough. You're done. Like, no more of this. So pretty much she lost her role, and I'm pretty sure like any chance of working with Disney ever again, which sucks because Disney owns everything. Right? You know what I mean? You know, damn Disney being all onerous about like what they own, you know. But long story short, after the story kind of broke, a lot of people were really upset and were saying like, oh my god, this is bullshit, this is cancel culture, yada yada yada. Which is you know, like, you know, like we need to boycott Disney, like she's just speaking her mind, it's free speech, it's limiting free speech, which I myself has like a huge problem with, and we're going to delve into the situation now because I can, gamer. Long story short, like people have been complaining like, oh well, you know, this is just a piece of cancel culture, and like, you know, the lib left media, if you will, is just canceling her, whereas we should support her, like, we need to defend her, and this is bullshit, yada, 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 and it's like, it's not. And even, it's not even cancel culture. You know what I mean? Because I myself as an actor, kind of, like, put myself in my own, like, and put my own, put those kinds of shoes on, like, how would I react if, you know, I was in this kind of situation? Because it's not strange to believe that, hey, maybe one day, like, if I do wind up getting famous, and doing such a thing, like, I will be in that kind of situation, you know what I mean? And so I, like, would always think to myself, like, what would I do if I were in that situation? Like, you know, would I say that's cancel culture if I were, like, removed from a show from, like, pretty much saying these things? And I don't think I would. Like, you know, personally, I don't believe in the idea of cancel culture, right? Like, I fully believe, oh, I'm in a corner. That's dumb. That's dumb. So anyway, cancel culture. You know, thinking to myself, like, what would I do in that kind of situation? And probably I would take it in stride and then also own up to what I said. And not really blame the network and not be like, oh, cancer culture has ruined, you know, taking a job for me, because honestly, I would take responsibility and ownership of what I said, because again, I don't believe cancel culture exists. Like, I don't even know this star's name. I haven't watched The Mandalorian, and to be honest, I don't think I ever will. But it's this long story about, like, how people think, oh, cancel culture is real, and, like, it takes away jobs, and yada, 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 and, like, people can't say anything anymore. Like, that's the whole premise of cancel culture, right? You can't say anything anymore, which arguably is not true. Oh yeah, I'm hopping into the giant now. So I think what's going to happen, if time permits, I have played a little bit of Nacht, and now I'm going to hop into the giant, and then once I die, when specifically, I will hop into Kino der Toten and be in my quote-unquote element. So, but, like, the whole thing about cancel culture is, like, people are like, this exists, this is real, like, this takes away people's jobs, everything like that. But in reality, it's there isn't, like, you're not, I don't know. Free speech does not disappear with cancel culture. Like, you don't lose your free speech in this so-called cancel culture. Because you still technically have your free speech. You can still technically say whatever the hell you want. Like, if I wanted to go online right now, like, if I wanted to go onto my Facebook right now and say something as, you know, as like, not even controversial is the word I'm looking for. If I wanted to go on Facebook right now and say something along the lines that's super controversial, like, 9/11 was an inside job, like, technically, I could totally say that. However, I think it's also important to recognize, and I'm dead again. Almost gamers. Sorry, I'm so caught up in this talk. However, I also live in a world where, you know, I believe that, like, yes, we can say whatever we want, but I think there are also repercussions to it. So, like, for example, I mean, you know, I could say whatever I want, however I feel, and, you know, kind of, you know, fly off the top. Like, nothing's really stopping me from doing that. However, if I care about my job, if I care about my acting career and my gig, then I probably won't say something like that. Or I wouldn't, like, what am I trying to say here? I wouldn't say something if I didn't mean it. You know what I mean? But if I meant it and believe in it, then I would say it. You know what I mean? And I think there is a world where, you know, in my world, I think that's totally acceptable. However, I think it's also important to keep in mind that while you can say whatever you want, you still live in a world where consequences exist. So if somebody decides not to hire you because you said this on Facebook, or you said this on Twitter, or you believe this or you believe that, they're fully within their right. I mean, as long as, you know, they're not hired, you know, like breaking the law in terms of it, like discrimination laws. Like, you know, you said, I don't know, like if they fired you for being black or being a specific race, like, you know, like black, white, Latinx, Asian, Pacific Islander, yada yada yada, like, you know, they can't fire you for that. But if they decided to fire you because, I don't know, you said I'm a Republican, like, I guess that would even be something that, like, you can't really do, because, you know, it's a political, like, it's, I guess, political leanings, but I feel like, you know, it's not something outside of the realm of possibility. So I guess really what I'm trying to say, to wrap all of this up in a tiny little bow, is that, you know, my own personal opinion that, you know, cancel culture doesn't really exist. And this person that was on the Mandalorian, that is no longer on the Mandalorian, is blaming cancel culture instead of blaming herself for the things that she said. Because keep in mind, cancel culture did not cause her to lose her job. She said what she said on, like, you know, on social media. It can be traced back to her, and she openly said it. And because of those reasons, and because of these, you know, pretty much toxic hate speech, she lost her job because of that. That's not cancel culture. That is pretty much textbook your employer being like, yeah, we're not supporting that, we don't agree with that. Like, it's kind of like being on Disney and then being like, I don't know, I hate Mickey Mouse. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, like, I despise Mickey Mouse. I wish Mickey Mouse would die. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Disney would, like, kind of reel you in and be like, hey, you can't wish ill will upon our mascot. Cool? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but I think it's an absurd but, like, decent example. I need to get that Max Amaru. Got it. So, long story short, cancel culture doesn't exist, and we need to stop kind of like hiding behind this, guys, that cancel culture exists, and really, like, kind of take ownership for what we say. You know what I mean? Like, if you say something mean-spirited, not even mean-spirited, but, like, you know, toxic, discriminatory, xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, whatever, you should be held responsible for those words. Like, period. You know, like, there is no, like, oh, well, you know, we should let this slide or let that slide. No, I think you should be held very much accountable for those words. And then also on the flip side, I think, you know, you as a person, you know, if you're willing to say all these things, my personal belief is that you should own up to that shit, you know? Like, if you're gonna say, look, if you're gonna spread hate speech, like, don't be like, oh, the cancel culture strikes again. And it's like, no, you said that. You said that. Own up to that shit. You know what I mean? I don't need you to blame cancel culture. Like, I need you to blame yourself. Because you are the one who said it. So, thanks for coming to my TED Talk about how cancel culture doesn't exist. And we really should stop blaming cancel culture for the fact that people lost their jobs or what, you know what I mean? Because, like, in reality, it's not because of cancel culture, like, that you lost your job. Or this, I guess, in this example, this person lost their job. This person said very, you know, hateful speech. And this person spread misinformation and, you know, followed up with very hateful speech, which I'm not going to say, oh, like, fuck that person for doing it. No, I'm going to say fuck that person for doing it. But I think it's also just important to hold those people who want to say that shit and who want to kind of keep that shit accountable to their actions. Because in reality, could I say that, oh yeah, cancel culture strikes again? Absolutely. But I think that's a lazy take in terms of, like, you know, in terms of what is said. Like, it's that person, in my mind, like, failing to take responsibility for the words that they spread, you know, which personally I just don't have time for. Oh, I think there's a perk back there. Oof. Guess who's not getting that perk? Oh, Max Hammeroo. Good thing I found it too. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Oh, God. Yo, y'all like these handles? Anyway, we're talking about zombies now. Because as much as I want to, like, stay on my political, like, I don't know, soapbox, I gotta talk about something else. Like, as much as I want to keep, like, ragging people who believe in this whole fucking cancel culture bullshit, like, I'm over it. I'm over it. Gamers, I am over it. So, fuck. Oh, I know where it is. Let me... There we go. So, anyway. I don't know. I'm really always disheartened by, like, shit like that, because it's like... Look, I get that you're angry about this, that, or the other, but in reality, like, you have got to take responsibility for your shit. Can I make it? Yes. Yo, y'all see them handles? Yo, any gamers got... Yo, any gamers out there super impressed by them handles? Alright, let me see if it might... So, it might be. I'm gonna see if it's another max ammo. It's probably not, but, you know. It's fine. No. Come on. There we are. Damn. But yeah, so, I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of people kind of hide behind this, like, oh, cancel culture strikes again. And it's like, no. It's just, like, no, fuck that. Like, cancel culture doesn't strike again. It's just, you're being a full-on asshole. And, like, and now you're, like, failing to really take responsibility for your words, your actions, and you're deciding to take the route of, well, let's blame cancel culture. It's like, no, fuck that. Like, take responsibility for the words that you're saying. You know what I mean? So, like, it's, I mean, I'm not saying that it's, like, I don't even know. I'm, like, tired. I'm like, ugh. Like, it's such an, like, unfortunately, it's such an exhausting topic as well. So it's just kind of like, alright. Blow it out of your ass. Alright, but you know, and so, really what I'm asking for is like a world that just holds itself accountable and, you know, doesn't fucking do dumb shit at me. I love how I still have Christmas music on this playlist. I will be probably changing the playlist next time, but like right now I'm just like, no. So, but yeah, I think it's, you know, I don't know, jobs are weird. You have to hold, you know, people hold you to a standard, and you like gotta keep that standard. You know, you can't just say anything anymore. Like, everyone's so easily offended. No. Like, I don't think it's even an easily offended. Oh shit. Good thing I bought that door. Ha ha ha. Oh shoot. So I don't know. I just, here's a part of my world where I'm like, why can't people just hold themselves accountable and all that shit? Yo, like, like even with like bosses, right? All right, so I'm hopping back on this job train, right? Not like I'm actually applying for jobs or anything like that. No, more of like I'm hopping back on the let's rag about jobs, right? So like, you know, there are plenty of like, oh god, I'm missing like a mofo. Y'all see that? Yo, did y'all like those non-handles? But like even employers and you know, like how employers are like, oh well, you need to, you know, you need to do this and you need to give 120,000% to the cause, to the job, yada yada yada. And there's something that really struck out to me, right? And that is, a friend of mine said something along the lines of, your job is not your life, right? And I think, because, and let me specifically like kind of break this down. I agree with that mentality. Your job is not your life. It is part of your livelihood, but it is not your life. It is not what defines you as a human being. Unless it's really what you want to go into. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you, for example, if you're working at a law firm and you really want to go into law, then yeah, it's your life. You know what I mean? But not, it's not your everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a world and a life outside of your job. You always have. You know, and so, like, to think of your job as the only thing that defines you even, I think it's almost limiting, you know? Because we live lives, we live, laugh, and love outside of our jobs. You know? Like, we have worlds outside of our job, and, like, our jobs are not the only thing that define us. So it's always important to kind of keep that in mind when, alright, I really need to get the fuck out of here. So it's really important to kind of keep that in mind while also, you know, keeping jobs in mind, right? Like, you gotta at least kind of keep all of this in mind and be like, oh yeah, no, I live a life outside of my job. And, you know, I don't know. I think it's something very much that, like, millennials, or at least young people, don't really keep in mind, because we were taught at such a young age to be like, we have to care about our jobs 3,000%, right? And this in no way is like, don't care about your job, do whatever you want. Like, would that be nice? Absolutely. I think I'm gonna go with, damn, I don't have any money. I'm broke, dude. Actually, I do have enough money for that, but I don't want to buy it. Oh, give me a gun. fuck yeah. So, you know, it's just like a, what do I even want to call it? It's really reprioritizing our value, right? Because, like, could we say that, oh, our jobs are the things that define us? Absolutely. Is it true? No. Will it ever be true? No. And that's super important to kind of keep in mind, because we will always live our lives outside of our jobs. Like, our 9 to 5 is a 9 to 5. Oof, I really shouldn't do that again. Especially not with without Jug. No, fuck yeah. Honestly, this is feeling really good. But yeah, like, after our 9 to 5, does that mean that, like, we're still living our job? And if, like, your job is not your passion, then no. Of course you're not going to be living in your job. Like, your job is not, if your job is not your passion, why are you, like, enforcing that it is? Don't. You know, if you're not, like, if you're looking to live your life truly outside of your job, then live your life outside of your job. Don't commit like 3,000% to your job if it's not what you want to do for the rest of your life. Commit exactly what you want to commit to your job. Because in reality, as sucky as it sounds, you're replaceable. Right? Nobody wants to be told that they're replaceable ever, right? Like, it sucks. It's a sucky feeling, but, you know, like, one, you're replaceable, and two, you have a life, and it's important to keep your life outside of your job. Because in reality, you're not going to stay, you know, you're not going to stay at the same job for 80 plus years. That's insane. Or, I guess, 40 to 60 years, you know what I mean? You can't, I mean, maybe if you're fortunate enough to live, you know, to be 100 or whatever, maybe you could be staying at your job until you're, well, like, until you're 100, you know, or staying at a job for like 80 years. But you're not going to, in reality. 420, nice. So it's kind of important to really keep in mind that your life exists outside of, oh, well, you know, I have to work and put food on my table and yada yada. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, you work your job and your boss will be like, I need you to put in 3,000% and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, cool. I will put in 3,000% if I have the time and the ability. But I will always keep in mind that I also have a life outside of this job. And I want to live that so that way, you know, I don't lose, like, my focus and my drive to do really what I want to do. You know, it's, and that doesn't make you a, oh, fuck. Ooh, okay. Okay, gotta love them handles. You know what I mean? So it's important to kind of keep in mind that your life is still your life. You're gonna live your life for, you know, 60 to 80 years, but you're not gonna keep your job for that long. At one point, you're gonna go into retirement. God forbid. Can you imagine a millennial going into retirement to have enough money in their retirement fund to go into retirement? Oh my God. Bro, could not be me. But again, I'm an actor, so. Your homeboy is honestly like, yo, what is money? Which I think is also kind of like a blah mentality, especially for like actors, because like you can like artists in general, like you can totally make money off of your own art, you know what I mean? You can totally make money off of art because arguably people need art in their lives. People need entertainment. Like, think about how many songs you've listened to today. Hell, listen to this track right now. Somebody made it. Granted, it's copyright free, unfortunately, but you know, and so they're not really making, I don't know if they're making any money off of this, but it, you know, we still profit from art. Does that make sense? Like, we still have such a connection to art that like we're still quote unquote profiting off of it. Like, you know, people are still like profiting off of it. Like they're, you know, they got. Does that make sense? Does anything I'm saying make sense? I guess really what I'm trying to say is like, we benefit from people's art, period. You know what I mean? And some people think, like, I know for me, it was really drilled into my mind, or it was drilled into my mind from a lot of people that, like, you have to find a good way to profit off of your art. Like, you have to, you know, like, sure, you can do art, but you also have to have, like, some kind of side job. You know, like, for example, saving lives right now. You know what I mean? I could be working in an ambulance, but also I just don't have that medical experience, and I don't think I'll ever get it. I think I need that. Yep. All right, doing something risky. Don't worry about it. Hell yeah, gamers. Yo, y'all see them handles? But you know, I guess what I'm really trying to say is, you know, our lives exist outside of our jobs, you know what I mean? Our 9 to 5s. Like, if you listen, you know, really reconnect with Michael Jackson and, like, leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and just enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? And that's probably the only, well, there's probably other advice that I would say, like, listen to Michael Jackson too, but, like, there's some there's some stuff that you shouldn't side with Michael Jackson on. And I'm just gonna be real with you. You know, unfortunately, he did have a questionable relationship with, like, younger people. He just did. You know, and it's very unfortunate for really the kids rather than, like, Michael Jackson himself. I don't think it's a dog round, so I don't know why I'm camping out in that corner. But nevertheless, that's not really what I'm. Fuck. Okay. God, this gun does not do well, like, at all. It sucks. That's disappointing. Like, I thought this gun would be a lot better than it is, but holy cow, it is not. Gamers. Yep. I was like, I cannot stay in this room for too long. And lo and behold, I was dead ass right. Yes. Yes. More ammo to clap these demons with. Alright, let's see if I can actually really get in the mix with this. Alright. But, goddamn. I have been talking this entire time, and, like, it has been so long since I've talked this entire time. Because, if you have watched the previous episode... Oh, fuck that! Are you serious? I've been splitting this show with my girlfriend, so she was on a couple of episodes before, and I trapped myself in a corner. I'm not upset, you're upset. It's fine. I'm not sad, you're sad. I'm not sad, you're sad. But it's okay. It's okay. Man, it was so disappointing. It was doing so well. And then game was like, no henny. And I was like, okay, fine. So I had to get upset and disappointed and all that nonsense, and here we are. But you know what? That's okay. I'm living my best life. I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. So, alright, well, time to hop into Kino and put in some action. Put in some action. Get some handles done. Man. Man, oh man. There's a, there is a, oh god, what's this song?
I guess it's more of like an outro for a song on Amine's new album, Limbo, or latest album, I guess. It's been out for a little bit. It's called Limbo, and it's like the song before the last song on the album. I don't remember what it's called. But as part of the outro, Amina talks about like kind of like lived experiences and like how we should be living our lives and stuff like that. You know, he talks about like, you know, how we kind of look at kindness as like a bad thing. Like, literally, I'm quoting it now. It's like, you know, but something along the lines of, he says something like, you know, we should be doing this, we should be doing that, we should be getting money and like driving expensive cars and everything like that. And, you know, and then, you know, he kind of describes it as, you know, and then once you get those things, you're then just like a nigga with those things. You know what I mean? Like verbatim, that's exactly what he says on that, you know, on the album. And it's just like, and then you're just a nigga with those things, you know? That now you haven't really gotten the chance to experience life outside of what people have told you life should be like. You know, like, you should be getting, you know, this, you should be getting that, you know, you should be setting yourself up for 6 figures, you should be getting a job in sciences, you should never pursue like arts because arts don't pay shit, you know what I mean? And like, it's so limiting, especially within that regard, you know, because then we don't really experience our lives, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really experience like even the simplistic things in life. Like, for example, you know, he goes even further and talks about like, you know, and then you're sitting in your house and you're like, all right, what do I not have? And like trying to think of like stuff where, you know, like, what can I do, you know, what can I do now? And he was like, well, I've never tried a grapefruit. You know what I mean? And then you just kind of sitting there, and he's just like, you're kind of sitting there eating that grapefruit, you know, with a little bit of sugar on it, and you're like, this is nice. And then it kind of follows up with, and it like ends with, and then you're just kind of sitting there thinking to yourself like, yo, why is this nicer than my Ferrari? You know what I mean? So, and the reason I say this, right, is because like we get so caught up in the grind. Like, I know for me, financial stability has always been paramount, right? Like, you know, I've talked about this on the show, and I've said the channel, where I pretty much said like, oh, I'm an act, like, you know, I work hard and I'm an actor, and really like for a while I prioritized myself being a worker first and an actor second. You know what I mean? But and really, I recognize I only did that because that's what I was taught to do, right? I was taught I like need to make an income, I need to survive. And that's not to say that like that mentality is wrong or anything, because you do need to make an income. You know what I mean? Like, you do need to have a source of income to kind of fund yourself and your dreams even. But it's not your life. You know what I mean? Like, your job is not your life. You exist outside of your life. Like, for example, you could be working in like Amazon right now and still be like, you know what I want to be? A surfer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you could be working at Amazon and then be like, no, I also like surfing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, your passion doesn't solely exist in your job. And to place your value and to place the important things in your life only in this vein of oh, well, you know, I'm making money, and you know, I'm able to support myself and then have a stable income and yada yada yada. Like, this is life. You know, I was able to find a successful job with 6 figures, but like at the same time, it doesn't make me happy. Which is funny because, you know, that's all we're taught. Maybe that's me, right? And that's not to say that like my parents weren't like loving or caring or anything, and they only worried, you know, they were only worried about like how much money I was really going to be able to make for myself so I could support myself. That's not really the case. It's just more of, I think I put that expectation on myself. You know what I mean? So I put that expectation on myself. Like, I need to be able to, you know, have a steady and like stable job, so that way I can put like food, you know, in my own stomach and not worry about like not having a place to stay and not having food and all that stuff. Where in reality, I'm proud I've had that solely because I think it scared me, right? Like, it scared me in the idea that like, oh, I don't have, you know, this, that, or the other. Like, you know, like I don't have a job or anything. But also in that same mentality, like, you know, I also kept calling myself an actor, but also holding myself back and believing this idea that as an actor, I will not be able to make enough to support myself. When it's happened so many times. You got so many artists, like, even on Broadway, or like not even you know, some artists not even on Broadway. I'm not doing that challenge, not today, dude. I want to kick back. And I was gonna see if I wanted to do the Pack-a-Punch challenge, but I really don't, so I'm just not. Thanks for being here, though, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's that whole idea that, you know, we do these things because they keep money, you know, in our pockets and food in our bellies. But I think for so many young people, and like even for boomers, you know what I mean? Like, boomers. Let me use a different word, right? Like, you know, older generations. I think they had dreams too, but but I think some of them were like, you know, I'm not worried about, you know, my dreams and like what I want to do and where I want to go with my life, because I've got this to worry about, right? Which, you know, I admire and support, but I don't know. I think life is way too short to like only have your job be the thing that brings you joy and happiness. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many beautiful things out there in the world, like not even like inspiration wise, like, you know, even starting a family or having a family or just being with a partner that like makes you smile every day. Like, those are things that like are special and important. And those things like only come every once, you know what I mean? Like, those things like last much longer in your life than the necessity to make money. You know, like, so I don't know. Those are my thoughts, right? Like, those are my fucking thoughts about, like, I don't know, the system and how we live our lives, and like, why are we the way we are? You know what I mean? Like, so it's important like to really kind of like reconnect with yourself and say like, hey, this is what I really want to do with my life, and not to be conceptualized and bogged down with the idea that like, oh, I can't make money with this, right? Like, you can make money with anything. People have been able to make money with anything for years. Why am I always needing more ammo? So it's important to kind of keep in mind that like, yeah, oh, I won't be able to make money with this, yada yada yada. It's not entirely true, you know. Like, you can probably make money with like different, you know. Sorry, I'm like focused on. Okay, I guess we're using the Shiva right now. Fuck. Ooh, this is bad. You know, I don't know. I guess really what I'm trying to say here is, oh my god, y'all, I am not playing well. I had to itch my nose, and like, their dogs are terrifying sometimes. They're scary to look at. Like, and I am not keeping the Shiva. No, sir. No. Alright. What do I got here? So, anyway, this is all just to say that, like, you know, you gotta value your shit, and like, I don't know. Do what you want. Do what you want. Live your life. Don't blame cancel culture if you like speak your mind or your opinion, and don't believe that you can't speak your mind or opinion out of fear of like cancel culture, right? Because again, doesn't exactly exist. You can speak whatever you want. There's just a place of repercussions of what you say. You know, that doesn't mean that you have to suppress what you say. No, it just means that like you just can't say like anything that comes to your mind. Or there are times where you can say stuff that comes to your mind, and there are times where you can't. And you know, in the year of 2021, I think we're held under a very tighter microscope, right? Which I don't think is like the worst thing. But I think it's also kind of important, you know? Like, if you say something not great, you have said something not great. Does that mean you no longer can say anything? Absolutely not. You can say whatever you want. There's just repercussions about it. So anyway, how are you all? I'm killing zombies. Honestly, I'm just kind of waiting until these zombies like fuck off or whatever. I am. Stabby. I am on stage. Time to dance. Alright, kids, let's do some dancing. Alright, what time is it? Positive of it. Okay. Alright, before anyone yells at me, yes, I'm going to get Jug. Honestly, I'm just trying to see how long I can last without Jug. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't need Jug. I'm too good of a gamer to do that. I don't need it. But, no. Again, I think I said this maybe the first episode. If anyone who plays this game or knows of this game tells you not to get Jug and you don't need Jug, they're lying to you, and they want to see you die. So, make sure that you always get Jug, because it's a very important perk, and it'll keep you alive, hopefully. Alright, fuck. Oh god. Alright. Here's a real important question. How long do you think you would last in a zombie apocalypse? Like, actually. Like, let's go with the, you know, Call of Duty zombie, like, apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like, there's zombies all around, and they knock you down, and there's, like, you and 4 other people, and, yeah, or 3 other people, I guess. And you're fighting against hordes of zombies. How long do you think you'll last? I want real answers. So if anybody's like, I'll last like, I don't know, fucking, I mean, I'm not talking like a round number, but if somebody was like, I'd last around 100, bullshit. I'm calling your bluff. Like, I'm calling your bluff and I'm calling you out. Personally, I don't even think I'd make it long. Like, I think I would make it, hell, like, maybe a couple, like a week, honestly. Like, in a real zombie apocalypse where, you know, I couldn't get bit, and if I was bit, I'd get infected, and, you know, like, stealth tactics and everything like that. Honestly, a week. 3,000%. Like, I don't think I would be able to last any longer. And that's not to say that, like, I'm, you know, I'd be a bad, like, I don't know, zombie hunter or whatever. But that's just more of the fact that, like, dude, like, what requires these people to kind of survive in this hellish world is a lot more complicated than we, like, give it credit, right? Like, we're in fucked up times, you know what I mean? So, and I'm not talking about COVID. I'm talking about zombies, right? Oh, can I shoot my way through? Let's see. Let's see. Nope. Yes. Oh, God, this gun is booty. Why did I pack it? I need a new gun. Yeah. I don't know what my second weapon is. What is this? Oh, the haymaker. Why am I not using the haymaker? Fuck is my problem? What's my damage? But yeah, personally, I would honestly think I would only last about a week in a real, like, zombie apocalypse. Like, I would be able to survive for a little bit, and then, like, I would be, like, either betrayed by, you know, this band of, like, fucking, I don't know, pilferers, or, like, I don't know, bandits or whatever. Just because I'm a very trusting person, right? Like, I'm gonna go ahead and probably say, like, it's just, like, a strange, you know, a strange trait of mine, just to, like, truly trust, not everyone, but, like, to be much more of a trusting person than a non-trusting person. And it's just part of my blood. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of people that I trust, like, and, like, you can't actually do me any wrong. Like, you're not a bad person. Whereas in reality, they're awful people. You know, but I trust them. So I think that would be my downfall, where somebody'd be like, hey, come around this corner. We got something to, you know, we've got injured. Can you help us? And then I'll do that. And then they just show up with, like, weapons, like, strip me down to my bare essentials, send me out into a city to die. You know what I mean? It would never happen. I hope to God it would never happen. Please. Look, if anyone is out there who's like, what if we scare Reggie with this, like, actual, like, scenario? I'd be like, hey, don't. Please don't. I know it's funny or it sounds funny, just don't do it. I don't want it. Like, it scares me. I'd be scared. But yeah, cause, like, I don't know, I'm just very trusting. Like, there's a movie that I hated. Not because it was like, oh, it's a bad movie or whatever. No. I hated this movie solely because it relied on the one thing, like as a horror movie, it relied on the one thing that I usually rely on, like, as a means of safety. And that's trust. Right? Like, so if you haven't seen the movie Bird Box, I would never recommend it. I hate it so much. But it also, like, preys on, like, one of the biggest things that, like, really gets under my skin. Like, this idea that, you know, that people are people and they're talking to you as if they're real humans, and, like, if they say, hey, you know, we have bad intentions for you, are you, oh, okay, no, you're not. I thought it was a crawler zombie, like trying to pick up, you know, pieces of wood. Bits of wood, if you will. So yeah, I just hate, like, I just hate betrayal, like, in that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of like, no. It's like my worst nightmare. It's just, ugh. And so, like, I don't want to spoil it, but, like, there are instances where, you know, there are people in the movie and they're not what they seem. And because they're not what they seem, it could cost you your life. Right? That's all I'm going to say about it. Oh, this is dumb. So, yeah, like, I don't hate, like, I don't think it's the worst movie ever. I just did not like it when I first saw it. I was like, I was like, I don't like this movie now, and I don't think I'll like this movie in the future. XOXO Gossip Girl. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, no. None of that. None of that at all. So, it's just one of those movies that just, like, it gives me the willies. So, yeah. Anyway, that's when I would die during the fucking apocalypse or whatever. I will get back on track to playing all of the maps that I promised. I just decided not to do it solely. Like, I decided not to do it today solely because, like, I've just had a really crummy week, and I was like, I just want to jam to something really fun, right? So that's why I'm playing zombies on, like, maps that I'm usually fairly good at, but, like, again, I haven't played in, like, a fortnight, if you will. Like, I really have to get, you know, my handles back and everything. Oh, what are you? That's what I thought. Owned. So, but yeah, like, you know, I don't know. Oh, let's see what else you got.
Exactly what I need.
Hell yeah, gamers. Oh, y'all see that? Yo, that clappins? Oh wait, here we are. Secrets. Oh, fuck this. Hate. Okay.
This is proper socialist reform.
Pop. Man's not hot. So yeah, I don't know. I hope you all are having at least like a decent week or a couple of weeks. I don't know. It's been a week since I've posted an SCS, so like I'm assuming you all are having like a decent week, or at least like kicking back, relaxing, acting all cool. Which, oh, I never mentioned this. I don't think I have mentioned this yet. But I started watching The Fresh Prince on HBO Max. So like I'm just like reliving my childhood. Like, it's awesome. I encourage you all to watch like a TV show from your childhood or whatever. All yous. Even if it's like a dumb TV show, you're just like, why did I love this? And it's like, who cares? Who cares why you loved it? It's popular. Fuck. This isn't great.
Now that's what I call a goulash.
Yeah, baby. Had to go around, but we're okay. Okay. Oh, I should probably get, fuck, what's that perk called? Speed Cola. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Hopefully. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna wait until I pack a punch that gun. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I got like really sloppy. Like, as I'm continuously playing this game, I'm like, ah, shoot. I'm getting careless. I can't believe I got so careless. Fuck. I am a lucky boy. Can you imagine if I just didn't have that nuke in front of me? I'd be dead. I'd be 3,000% dead. But instead, I'm a lucky luck boy. I miss this. I missed being able to kind of like sit down and play like a video game for just like a little bit. And just kind of goof. You know what I mean? Cause no, if and this is, you know, fuck, I should wait. Cool. Okay, can I grab it? Nope, it's there. Rippus Runus. But I think I kind of fell in a trap of like, I kind of talked about this before, but I fell in a trap of, oh, I'm not playing a lot of video games anymore, and I used to play a lot of video games. And I think that's solely just because I've been busy, I've been exhausted, you know, like, I've just been like feeling kind of crumbs, and I was like, I just, you know, unfortunately I just didn't have like the motivation and the mentality to be like, yeah, I really need to get up and play some video games. Oh shoot, I haven't linked it yet. Alright, ready for this loadout that'll keep me in the game for at least another 10 minutes. Really, I'm doing this for Liquid Divinium. Like, that's it. I don't really care about anything else. We pap our guns for Liquid Divini. Gimme. Cool. Thought I was gonna get some Liquid Divinium, but I suppose not. Pop, pop. Headshot? Nope. Flames, though. So that's Gucci. God, I'm really disappointed. I really wanted to, damn, I really actually wanted, to get some more Liquid Divinium, but I guess the gods were like, nah. Which is fine, I guess. Whatever. I'm not mad, you're mad. Alright. I also hate that like this logo is so small. You know what I mean? Like it's, oh, there we are. Hell yeah, gamer. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I don't want that. Oh. God damn, I love this shotgun. It turns them into a nice steamy paste. A nice thin steamy paste. Oh, come on. God. Yo. God damn. Oh. You know what's funny? I might actually just end it because I'm tired. Right? Like, there are times where I get really tired of this game, and if I can be totally honest, it is 10:50 right now while I'm recording this, because I'm a recording boy and I like to record for the gamers, right? And sometimes when it's just like a long night, like it's a Thursday as well, so like, you know, I'm not recording on a Saturday, which is a shame. It is, I know, but I also want to make sure that I'm like getting it to you all on a Saturday instead of like Sunday or Monday or next week, because I keep running into that problem and I want to be committal. I want to give my gamers what they want.
Die, demon hell pigs.
Alright, tell you what. I'm going to try to get to round 20, right? I've got a good enough loadout where I can totally do that. I'm going to try and survive to round 20. Plus, like, it's where I die most of the time anyway. So. What the fuck even? There was a... Oh, it didn't even get hit. Huh. I hate. Oh my god. I hate this. Fuck. Dude, my reflexes are off. So, like, that's how you really know that I need to just go to bed. No, give me the thing. Yeah, just give me the thing. Okay. Give me the loot, you loser. I didn't reload my other gun. Alright. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. I know usually I do it until I dizzity die. But, look at that. 330 kills with 113 headshots. I'm averaging a 33 or whatever. Close, at least. Actually, yeah, no, I'm averaging a 33. Nice. A little over, but yeah, nice. I'm sorry I wasn't able to, like, kind of play through it, but, like, we're way past that hour mark anyway. Like, everything's fine. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good. We gonna be alright, y'all. Look, 2021 has been difficult, but, like, vaccines are slowly coming out. You know, people are banding together to try and do better things. I mean, granted, you've got, you know, shitty people doing shitty things, like, you know, blaming cancel culture for the fact that they don't have their cushy job anymore, like, I don't know, opening up borders when you really shouldn't. Not naming names. Naming names. Right, you know what I mean? So, but we gonna be alright, y'all. I feel confident that we're gonna be alright. So, with that all being said, thanks for coming on this ride with me, y'all. This has been a fun one. And I'm glad to kind of just be able to reconnect with my faves out there, you know. My faves who were so willing to kind of tune in and listen to my ranting bullshit. And just listen to me talk. It was really nice. So, this is your boy, Easy Reg, signing off until next time, where we'll probably play the new map. We'll probably play a new map, and, like, I'll change up the songs and everything. I'm probably going to do Mob of the Dead next time, because that one's technically next on the list. So, we shall see you next time on Alcatraz. Take care, y'all, and stay healthy, stay beautiful, and stay true to yourself, because that's super important too. Alright, peace.